Imagine this. You're with her, and everything feels almost right. The moment is soft, warm, open, and then suddenly she says something sharp, cold, irrational, a tiny comment, a strange shift, a question with teeth in it, and it hits you. She's testing me. But here's the truth you were never told. What you think is a test isn't just a test. Most men believe tests are games, manipulation, or immaturity, but that's the myth. The bigger reality is darker, deeper, and written into the psychology of human connection. She's not testing your strength, she's testing your certainty, your center, your capacity to stay grounded when her emotions shift. You think she wants answers, you think she wants logic, you think she wants reassurance, but her mind is searching for something else entirely, something you can't fake, your inner stability. You're not dealing with her conscious choices, you're dealing with the architecture of her subconscious, the part of her brain shaped by past relationships, attachment wounds, fears of abandonment, and unspoken insecurities. Her tests are signals, psychological probes, emotional codes designed to reveal one thing: who are you when things stop going your way? Insight 1. The pressure point. She applies emotional pressure the same way life does, not to break you, but to see your natural reaction, a raised voice, a cold tone, a sudden argument. It's not really to hurt you, but to reveal your patterns. Imagine she asks a provoking question like, "Do you even care?" It's not really about the words, it's the tension. She wants to see if your emotions control your mind, or if your mind controls your emotions. Because here's the psychological truth most men never hear. Your reaction reveals your maturity more than your words ever will. She's watching your breathing, your posture, your eyes, your pauses, not the content, your composure. That's the currency of masculine presence. Insight 2. The value frame. Every woman calibrates value through behavior, not promises. If you overreact, she sees instability. If you withdraw, she sees weakness. If you argue aggressively, she sees insecurity. But if you remain grounded, calm, centered, she sees worth. Not dominance. Worth. This is how her psychology measures emotional safety. Picture this. She pushes a little. Maybe it's a weird comment, or a subtle disrespect, or even a question that feels like it's designed to pierce your ego. She's not trying to win, honestly. She's just trying to feel. To feel that the man in front of her isn't controlled by ego, or fear, or habits, or emotional chaos. She needs to know that your inner world is stronger than her temporary storm. Insight 3. The mirror check. Her tests are actually reflections, not attacks. When she feels insecure, she tests your security. When she feels doubt, she tests your clarity. When she feels fear, she tests your courage. She isn't looking for perfection. She's looking for a man whose presence steadies her nervous system. Imagine she gets distant or cold. You immediately panic, your mind starts to spiral, your emotions tighten up. And, this is the moment most men fail, not because they're weak, but because they don't really understand the psychology behind the moment. She doesn't want you to chase, or beg, or lecture, or over-explain. What she really wants is to see if your center collapses when her emotions shift. Insight 4. Emotional gravity. A woman, she naturally gravitates toward emotional gravity. Not dominance, not control. Gravity. It's that quiet strength that, pulls her back even when she drifts. Her tests, well, they're really just her way of locating that gravity inside you. You've been taught to react, to defend, to explain, to fix. But, honestly, none of that works, because tests aren't about solving problems, they're about revealing character. A man with emotional discipline doesn't flinch, not because he's cold, but because, really, his mind sits above his emotions, not below them. Insight 5. The unspoken search. What she's actually looking for isn't dominance, or confidence, or status, or words. She's looking for a man whose center the world cannot shake. Not her moods, not her silence, not her doubts, not the pressure she, intentionally or unintentionally applies. She wants to feel, deep in her nervous system, that you are rooted. Tests feel unfair because they show up at the exact moment when you're, tired, unsure, and vulnerable. But, honestly, that's kind of the point. She wants to see not just your performance. People really reveal their real selves under pressure. She wants to see the real you. So, what do you actually do? You slow down your breathing, you keep your tone steady, you let her storm pass without stepping into it. You answer simply, calmly. You don't justify, you don't chase validation, you don't collapse inward. You remain the man who chooses his actions, not just reacts to emotion. When you do this, her entire energy shifts. Her psychology recognizes emotional stability. Her body relaxes. Her mind stops spiraling. She feels safe, not because you fixed anything, but because your presence spoke louder than your logic. And here's the final truth. A woman doesn't test you to break you. She tests you to find you, to see the real man behind the surface, to feel the gravity that makes her relax into the relationship rather than fight it. And the moment you realize this, well, the tests stop feeling like attacks and start feeling like invitations. Invitations to rise, to embody clarity, to lead your life from a place of calm power. Because in the end, she's not testing to see if you fail. She's testing to see if you disappear, hold your center. That's the one thing she can't walk away from.